joins the commissioner to announce the selection.
With the 5th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Mason Graham, defensive tackle, Michigan.
So after all of the speculation about all of the surprises we may get outside of the trades, these have been the players we were expecting. Mason Graham is a two-time All-American from Los Angeles. He was the defensive MVP of the Rose Bowl the year the Wolverines won the national title. Was a star wrestler in high school as well. Jim Harbaugh called him a gift from the football god when he brought him to Ann Arbor, and Mel Graham lived up to the hype.
Everybody said Graham was dropping. And there was even Walter Nolan could maybe go ahead of him, defensive tackle out of Ole Miss. But Mason Graham, third on my big board. Cleveland made that deal, kind of threw it out of whack a little bit. A little bit of a curveball with Mason Graham, not on that one grade, but on the fact they have other neat areas. But defensive tackle is one of those. Mason Graham, heavyweight wrestling champion. And you can see that in terms of leverage. Low man wins in the NFL. The versatility, the violent, active hand, the reactability, diagnostic ability. Stats were not off the charts, but if you watched him, he was disruptive, Bug. He made an impact game in and game out. Consistency, the ability, I think, to impact the football game where quarterbacks hate it the most, up the gut.
When you play that position, Greeny, inside, you better have a couple of things. You better have a quick first step. You better use your hands well, and you better have great balance. He has all three of those things. He can make tackles from tackle to tackle and even outside the tackle. I love his motor. I love his disruptiveness and his ability to use his hands. You have to have strong hands to control the center, to control the guard, to get those guys off you. People think that nose tackles and three techniques can't make plays. He is a disruptor, a playmaker. Here's the thing I want to see. Can he continue to get better as a pass rusher? Can his pass rush arsenal continue to get better? Because right now, it's not up to par with what we've seen in the likes of Grady Jarrett or Aaron Donald, those impact, or Chris Jones, those impact three techniques. He's got to get better as a pass rusher.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I struggled with when evaluating him was, look, there's no question he's a great player. You talk to the people in Michigan, they love him. They love all the things that Boog just talked about, specifically his motor. They love him when he's on the move,
yes.
When you're running games and stunts, and he's the looper, when he's a guy who you can kind of like get on some edges, get some angles. Look, he'll be working with one of the best pass rushers in the NFL, Myles Garrett, but can he produce rushing the passer?
Let's go to the stage, Verizon Business, and Molly McGrath. Take it, Molly.
Thank you, Greeny. Mason, you are a tone setter for Michigan's defense. What kind of attitude and toughness are you bringing to Cleveland?
I mean, just fierce competitor. I want to come in there and win, get to the top and then, win a Super Bowl. So that's, my one mission coming in, and that's what I'm going to do.
A Michigan man is going to the state of Ohio. How are you going to make amends with those fans after what you did to the Buckeyes the last 3 years?
I'm sure we'll get along pretty well coming here pretty soon.
All right, good luck. Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you.
Greeny.
That's exactly right. Heading into what would have been considered enemy territory previously, but now the new favorite son of the Cleveland Browns, Mason Graham, an outstanding player. So now the Vegas Raiders are on the clock, and what a fascinating decision they have ahead of them here. Early in this process, Mel, we were talking about Shedeur Sanders here. He has a long history with Tom Brady. That conversation has pretty much died away completely. That was part of the early discussion. That's not what we're expecting, at least here. They have Pete Carroll. You see him there in the draft room as the Raiders make their decision at number 6.
What about Geno Smith now, right? Pete Carroll are tied together. Pete made Geno great, right? An outstanding quarterback in this league. He still has probably 3 years left.